All right, so the way that I built this is, let's see here. So no, this is the part where I need to get this right. So this goes like
Oh, this
that.
should be funny then.
This goes like that. And then we need a conveyor tube. And I'm trying to orient, I'm sure I've done a horrible job and people will let me know that things are not orientated in a very, nice way. But I was, I'm thinking of Mir.
Yeah, I was thinking of Mia there as well. So,
I'm
don't
like, I
worry,
don't
Mia
want
will
it.
come and they'll turn everything through 90 degrees.
That's right. I'm like, "Ugh, I don't want him to have like an attack when he comes over. All right, so there's the basic. So these are gonna wrap around like that, so that because we need to be careful right about how things touch, and
Yeah.
how they connect, so that they don't like break the line.
Yeah.
So that'll go like that, and then it'll continue down right past these guys. So like that, I think.
Yeah, I can see why we needed to build the core before you started adding the next layer.
Yeah.
Because there's some bits there that we couldn't have got to if we hadn't welded them up before you started putting this layer on.
See, there's a method to my madness. Everybody always thinks that I'm just mad, but there's method to it. And I don't dispute that I'm mad. I'm definitely mad, but there is some method to it. Whoop. And so that goes like that, and then I think I need another one of these there. Turn, and then straight one goes like that. So that we have the hole again that the next layer can go into, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, let me just make sure that I've got this
Yeah.
kind of planned out properly before I get too far. So the stuff comes in the top, goes into this conveyor, or this connector runs them down into this guy. It'll come, so the ore goes down, up and around into there, into this, then back around into there. If it's not the one that goes in here, it can continue down this line here to the next one. And those don't intersect into this. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good.
I think before you build the leaves on this, same thing that you had down here where you built the leaf before you built the connecting piece. We're either going to need to build the leaf or at least the leaf stem. Because otherwise, you see this whole bit here? You've got a tube that fits in the middle of these where I'm stood.
Yes.
Which, once we start building, you're not going to be able to get to this.
Right. Well, I'm just gonna, so my first plan here was to just build this conveyor line all the way down, like I'm doing, on all four sides, and then we can build that up.
Yeah.
And then I'll start putting the leaves on. Yeah, but you're right. We gotta be careful about how we lay this out.
Yeah. Well, the thing that little leaf stem is just a conveyor tube. So you could just put the conveyor tube in the middle of the hole.
That's true.
Here. And then you can build, like when we get to build the leaves, it will...
Then we don't have a worry.
Yeah.
All right, so actually on the last one, I probably don't need this full, no I don't.
Because it's got nowhere to go.
Because it's got nowhere to go after that. So it just comes down. How did I build that out? Oh, the picture I'm looking at actually has that part cut off. So I do have another picture here that I can probably look at. Or I'll figure that out when we get to it.
Yeah. Right, see if there's any more solar cells being built yet. Yeah, there's a few.
All right, so for now, actually, I'm just going to leave this off. There's no point in building something if we don't need it. So if I bring this down like that, I think that's as far as this one needs to go. And then to go along with what your thought plan was, Oh. Yeah. So yeah. So speaking of what everybody's up to, I guess one thing I've actually had, and so it's kind of funny talking about this in an episode where who knows when it'll come out. On
Yeah.
either side's side. Mine will probably be out a little bit quicker than yours, but I've had multiple times now. People have told me that you and I need to do a stream together.
Yeah, we should, shouldn't we?
Yeah. So we have to plan that.
Mm.
So I think Mira actually was
Wow.
telling me that there's people on your side that were saying that. And then there's actually been people asking me in my streams as well that, hey, you should bring Sal in for a stream. Of course, one of the biggest problems with you joining me for my regular streams is that it's in the middle of your night.
Well, if we do this, we could plan something for next week
When you're off.
because next week I'm off. Yeah,
Yes.
and my time zones go all over the place.
That's right. Yeah, like I think you're normally a night owl anyway, aren't you? It's just that work
Oh,
makes
absolutely.
you wake
Yeah.
up at unreasonable hours.
Yeah. Me staying awake to play games at strange hours is not a problem. It's only me waking up for work the next day that is the problem.
Yeah, I hear you there. That's funny. So yeah, so we'll have to plan something then.
Yeah, cool.
I would ask the viewers what we should do, but I think by the time they see this,
We'll have done it.
we might have done something. But you can give us ideas for the future. How's that?
Yeah. And so if you joined us on our stream, thank you for
right.
joining us on our stream that we've just decided to have. I love the way that YouTube plays around with your concept of time.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, I'm pretty sure these episodes are going to be going out my next week. So from the time recording this. But still, that's we might have, because my next week is
We may well have
when
done it.
you're off, right?
Yep.
And when I say my next week, it's also Sal's next week, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's not like that I
But
live in a
not
different
my
dimension.
next week in terms of when this goes out.
Not in terms of when this goes out, no, but
Yeah, it'll be
your
about a
next week
month
is in
ago.
real life next week.
Uh-huh.
It's so confusing.
I love it.
It's like time zones too. Man, oh man, do we have fun
Oh dear.
with time zones.
We do. I'll start coming and putting motors. While I'm waiting for more solar panels, I'll put motors into those conveyor tubes that you're building.
Yeah. They also need, what is it? The interior plates, I think, is what they use.
I'll check.
I think that's the base item, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, and I did it again. I just kept building my pattern.
Interior plates. Interior plates, motors, small steel tubes, and construction components.
I have to say though that the new animations, and I think we talked about this in a previous episode. I think Minty mentioned this, but I'm still shocked. But when you have your grinder out, it takes like over half your screen.
Yeah. It does. Just to show the viewers, because they don't get to see a grinder on my screen very often. Yeah, it is. It's if you need to grind something, it's it's enormous,
It's
huge
enormous.
grinder.
Like when you start grinding, it moves down a bit, right? But when you're just holding it there, it's just like, oh, I can't see what I'm doing. Put it away.
Yeah.
It's funny. Yeah. As far as what I've been up to, I guess, for gaming lately, I still play quite a bit of Elite Dangerous on my streams. That happens on Thursdays. And then I have, like, how often do you do streams? Do you have, like, a regular schedule or just whenever you feel like?
Yeah. We do, Mia streams on Wednesday and I stream on Thursday. I do Skyrim on Thursdays.
Oh, wow.
I'm playing a character called Rar, just because it really it was one of those things where it made me giggle, and Mia pulled such a disapproving face, and I thought, oh, this is perfect. Because I've been watching Mia play Skyrim, and I played Morrowind, back in the day. And I've never got round to playing Skyrim, but I really enjoyed Morrowind. As far as I remember, it was a long time ago. And I thought, yeah, do you know, I'd enjoy doing that, and I'd enjoy streaming it. So let's do that then. Because I was thinking about doing a regular stream of some description, because Mir had started. He'd done me a deal where if I got him Dishonored 2, he would do a regular stream of Dishonored 1.
So that you could play
which
Dishonored
he got
2?
going, yeah. Because I wanted to do more streaming. I felt like it wasn't something I was doing enough of.
Right.
And I was doing it very sporadically. And there was all kinds of games that I wanted to play that I knew I wasn't going to get around to either recording or even playing it, because I wanted to save playing it for when I was on camera, and
Right.
and then I was never going to get around. You know how it is.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. I've actually discovered that if I'm not recording or streaming for YouTube, I find I don't play any other game that I'm not recording or streaming. And the reason is because I just don't have the time, right? Like, I just don't have the time to play a game that I'm not recording, because
do you put all your time into the games that you're
exactly.
Yeah. Well, I've managed to get myself into quite a nice routine recently, where like we've got our space engineers session that we're recording, which I do. It's pretty much during my lunch hour at work, with a little bit of license on what I mean by lunch hour. So we do that, and then odd little things like our session today. But then I've got my Thursday night. I do that when I get home from work. I've got the Thursday night stream, and then I co-pilot Mia's Wednesday night stream. Mia's doing all of the editing for space engineers and various other things. And then at the weekends, I either do random streams or random recordings if I've got a series going or something like that. And I found that means that Monday and Tuesday and Friday nights are pretty much free. So I've done a little bit of odds and sods of gaming, like off camera. Just like games that I wouldn't want to play on camera, or just don't feel like that kind of material. I was playing a game called Idle Evolution, which I really enjoyed. It's a port from a mobile game, and it's designed to teach you chemistry. You just need to know your periodic, or it teaches you periodic table. And I really enjoyed it, and it was just Monday, Tuesday, and Friday night thing. So yeah, I've got my little schedule running now, which has put more gaming time into my week. So I'm quite pleased.
Yeah,
and then on Saturdays we're doing the TFC recordings.
TFC?
Terra Firmacraft.
Terra Firmacraft. Thank you. I don't know this acronym. Yeah, because I find like the series that I'm running right now, like between recording, because like it's funny, like there's all this recording time that you have, and then there's editing time, and like you and Mir have got a nice little system in place there where you can divide and conquer, and but I got to do it all, right? So I find that it's like one nights where it's like, oh, you know what, tonight I just want to play, and then I go, oh, but wait, I've got those 5 episodes I have
got all that things to do.
So let me do that first, and then I'll play this game that I don't record, and then I'll finish editing. And it's like, oh, I'm so tired, it's bedtime.
Yeah.
That's basically what happens. All right, so I'm gonna build out those ones that are sticking out there. Construzione. Cool. And so I think I need some motors, and what else do I need? Small steel tubes. What is a
construction components, small steel tube, motors, interior plates. I've put motors in, well, at least one side has got all of its motors till I run out at some point. I haven't put construction components into anything. I've put interior plates into lots.
Okay, yeah, and I think we're completely out of interior plates now, it looks like.
Yeah, I think I've got the last batch in my inventory at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think the games I'm playing right now are, except for Space Engineers, we're probably quite different at the moment, aren't we? Because I
Yeah.
think we go through uh, what's the word I'm looking for? Phases
Phases.
where like we're playing all the
Mm.
same things and then we're playing all different
Yeah.
things. Although Space Engineers, generally speaking, is probably our common thread. Except
Yeah.
for that was that 6 months period where the game was just completely broke
Yeah.
and nobody could play, sadly, or at least in multiplayer. Um, but yes, like right now I've got what Mass Effect Andromeda.
Mm-hmm.
I've got Elite Dangerous. I've got this. I've got what else am I playing right now? I don't even know my own channel. Um, there's some grid autosport that still happens from time to time. Uh, no, I know I'm missing some things. I can't place what.
Have you been playing Battlegrounds with Boris and Minty and Apple?
Oh yeah, we did do a few sessions. None of that's come out yet on the
Yeah.
channel.
I was gonna say, have you put any out?
Not yet, so it's coming. But they're coming out as sloppy plum episodes.
Right.
So
That makes
once
sense.
they've been decided upon, I guess, like the dates that they're going out, all coordination, all that kind of stuff. And then, but I haven't even edited at all those yet. And those, sadly, those ones are going to be harder to edit. Like they're going to be more time consuming, which they shouldn't be because they're not like there's not a whole lot of editing going on. The problem is that some games just don't like DX story.
Ah.
And when that happens, it means tons of work for me because I finally figured out how to get the quality out of DX story that is equivalent to the quality that I get out of, or is it get the quality out of OBS that is equivalent to the quality that I get out of DX story.
Yeah.
But to do it, I have to record in a different format than my editing software likes. I think it's MKV. And
Right.
then I have to like record in MKV and then I have to convert it and then extract all of the audio because I also do multiple audio tracks, right? So I have to like convert it over and then extract all the audio tracks and then import it all into my editing software. And none of that's like effort intense. I've got a script that'll just do it, but it's
Uh-huh.
time intensive, right?
Time.
So
Yeah.
it takes forever to run the conversions. So it's just like, and then my computer is also taxed when that's happening.
So you can't do anything
I
else at the
can't
same
do
time.
anything else on it while they're
Uh-huh.
running because it's super CPUs intensive when those
Yeah.
conversions are running. Or at least it seems like I can't. My machine's just like, no, you're done.
It's like, busy.
And I've got a pretty
One thing at
decent
once.
computer, so it's not like it's just processing power problems. But the one thing that, and I hope my son doesn't watch this episode because my plan is basically to steal his computer when he's not here and use it as my like rendering slash converting
You
slash.
so know you're gonna get caught out.
Yeah. But I think everything will be fine. You know what's going to happen though is because I'm professionally lazy is the way I like to call it.
Yeah.
I,
Or efficient.
Efficient, yeah. Where I try and create processes and do things in a way where I can like do them once to figure them out and then never have to do them again because I automate them.
Yeah.
But the problem with that though is that when there's tasks in your life that are actually unautomatable,
Yeah.
those ones are like always the ones to be
The killer.
procrastinated on the most because I don't want to do them again because I've already done them once. So an example
Yeah.
of this would be I'm going to need to move his computer into my room to get a bunch of the work done.
Yeah.
And then I'll have to remember to move it back to his room before he shows up. And that task of moving it back, I know is going to be one of the tasks that I procrastinate on right up to until he actually walks in the door.
You have to make up some really bogus excuse as to why the computer's in the wrong place.
No. I'll be straight up with them. I'll say, yeah,
You'll
no,
own
I
up.
stole your computer and I've been using it for all my stuff. You want it back? Okay, you have to carry it back into your room. That's what's gonna happen.
Oh dear.
Oh, and I think I just used up all the construction components.
Yeah.
What is it? What are you building right now?
I'm putting everything
the solar cells.
except construction components. Oh yeah, solar cells are the things that I'm making, but you can put construction components in.
I'll just. So, how many did I put in that? Oh, am I dying again? I am.
Oh, that means. Oh yeah, that means it's time for me to come and get some energy.
I'm like you. I'm like your. What are they? What was that? The
You're
canary
like
in the coal mine.
Canary. Yeah. I'll just let you. Oh no, I can get in here. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just so people know, like, we're not super concerned about. And if you've been watching this series for a while, you already know this. But I have got some comments from time to time asking about like what happens when you die type stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, there goes. Oh, that's weird how that happened. When my body disappeared, it disconnected me from like pulling stuff out of it. But like so, like the pack was there, right? So it turned into a pack, and then it disconnected me. But then I could reopen it again. But it's just like weird. Different state, obviously. All right, but yeah. So I was just gonna say is we're not overly concerned about death in this server. If we die, we just respawn. But so that's why you'll see like us not really caring that much about making sure we have all of our stuff like topped off. All of our what Boris likes to call the millions of ever ticking down percentage bars of death.
Yeah. So I think the one thing we don't do though, or the rule that we have is about using suicide and respawning to travel.
We do have some rules that we have to follow. Yeah, which is why when I was out on the planet, I had to legitimately get myself back up. But when I was on the planet, because there was a moment where I ran out of, and somebody commented on this, I thought it was funny. So I hit the planet, right? And then I uprighted the house, and then I walked outside to look at it, and I ran out of hydrogen fuel. And there was actually
I know.
no way. There was no way I could get back into my house, right? But I wasn't concerned because I knew that the episode, like the recording session, was almost over, and when I logged off and logged back in, I'd be in my house, right? Because that's my my spawn point is inside of my house now, because that's where I was. But I think the rule is you have to spawn back at the closest med bay to where you last left off, right? So if you like, if I was on the planet and then I went, walking around for like a bunch of kilometers away from my house and then died, the only place I could spawn back would be at the house there, right? But I couldn't spawn back up here, and I couldn't spawn over at Boris. That's cheaty teleportation, according to our own rules.